Okay, Sam, what was it like seeing your kicker out there crowd surfing at 3 in the morning?
Yeah, no, that was juicing me up. I saw that, and yeah, I mean, he deserves all the credit in the world. Will's, obviously a phenomenal talent, and it's been cool to just kind of be by his side through it all, and to watch him develop even as the season progresses. So, yeah, I know he would have been uncomfortable doing it, which also made it even more funny for me to see. So.
I want to have you describe what your experience on that field goal was like, because your role arguably is the biggest one. You got to catch it and get it in place and then see it go through. Take us through that. What was that like?
Yeah, no, it was good fun. I mean, it's what you train all the hours for, is for moments like that. And I sort of said to Will, regardless of what happens, that I love him and that he's going to be fine regardless of what the result is. And we're cracking jokes kind of on the sideline, as we always do right before we go out. It's just something that we do just to kind of take the result out of it. And, I've sort of said in the past with punting as well that if you can take out, I guess, in your mind the result aspect of it, you should be fine just because you'll kick loose or punt loose. So, and yeah, that's what Will did.
Sam, looking at just the special teams for BYU, consistency from week to week and big scoring plays from week to week. Obviously against Utah, he had the 3 field goals from Will. Keelan Marion had that kickoff return for a touchdown. What has been the key to that consistency? What's been the key to the special teams, for lack of a better way to put it, being special in their play?
Yeah, I think it obviously just starts at the top with the coaches implementing the right scheme for us to go out and succeed, and then all the boys buying in to do it. I've said in the past that if you don't have guys wanting to be on special teams, it's probably going to fail. So the fact that we have guys that are wanting to be out there and wanting to contribute and care about it just as much as offense and defense is probably why it's been so successful for us so far this year.
Go ahead, Jay Drew, and then Sean Walker.
Hey Sam, I was wondering if you can describe Will Farron for us, his personality, what makes him tick. What's this guy like?
Yeah, Will's very humble. It's funny, in the specialist community, they always talk about having or trying to have amnesia, and he's probably the best I've ever seen at having that mentality of, whether he misses or makes it, just moving on to the next rep. And so I think that's probably what makes him special as a kicker, to be honest. But yeah, he's pretty similar on the field as he is off the field. He's pretty relaxed. I think I'm probably, for the operation, I'm probably the one that gets a little bit too juiced up when he makes a play. So it's kind of a nice balance where he can calm me down and I can get him up. So it's cool.
And then follow up, as an Australian, when you just witness this college football atmospheres in the United States, is it what you expected, or is it as crazy as it kind of seems?
Yeah, no, it's bananas. I've said to the guys back home, like my friends, that it's, until you're in it, you don't really know what it's like with the atmosphere. And I kind of like the animosity that we had on the weekend, because it gets the juices flowing. And yeah, it is very different to anything that you would experience back home. So I love it.
Go ahead, Sean.
Sam, Will touched on something a little bit after the game, and I'm wondering if you could give us some context about how much you guys have practiced just the little things in the kicking game, you at holder, and then Riggsy with the snap and that kind of thing. Just like, how much do you estimate you guys have gone over all of those little things that obviously is paying off pretty well?
Yeah, a ridiculous amount. I remember when I got here in January, I said to Will and Dalton that I want to spend every day, twice a day, going out and practicing holding, just because I'd never really done it before. So, and I knew that, obviously there could be an opportunity where I would be the starting punter and starting holder. So I treated it as such, and I gave it the effort that it required, because I knew that there might be a situation like we had on the weekend where, I'd want to be confident, and confidence comes from practice. So, yeah, I think we definitely did our due diligence with how much effort we've put in and how much work we've done since January, since I got here. So credit to those guys as well.
Were you surprised at all at how much work it took to become the starting holder? Because you came here, I mean, you obviously were a Division I punter at Pitt and everything, and so I imagine you probably felt like you had that going down and whatnot. Were you surprised at just what it took to feel like you were a competent holder? I feel like that's probably the most overlooked position in football in some ways, right?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is an underrated aspect of the job of being, I guess, a punter/holder. I'm not surprised by the work it took. I think I felt pretty confident probably by March in my abilities to hold, but just with the personality that I am, I want to be perfect. So I'm never going to not do the hours that it requires to be the best at it that I can be, even now as well.
We'll take our last questions from Jake Hatch.
Yeah, Sam, I wanted to ask you, rivalry game, did it live up to the hype? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it lived up to the hype. Yeah, it was good fun. It was as I touched on it earlier, that it was there was a bit of animosity there from the crowd and things like that, which kind of made it fun as well in a way, just because the extra adrenaline and things like that. So it definitely lived up to the hype for sure.
Coach Papinga has been essentially a revelation in terms of special teams this year. 2 kick returns for a touchdown, punt return for a touchdown. You're running fake punts. You got your guy Will Farron also running fake kicks at times. What makes him so good at what he does?
Yeah, I think Coach Pop, and I think the coaches would attest to this as well, that he's just a workhorse when it comes to his craft. He's always in here earlier than everybody else, dialing up schemes and plans for different teams, and I think his ability to be able to get the best out of his players is probably what separates him as a coordinator, and I think he plays to a lot of our strengths, and even the fakes that we do probably play to all of our strengths. Although practicing that through the legs was ugly at the beginning, it ended up being pretty good. So yeah, I think Pop is just very good at understanding what we're all, I guess, capable of doing and then implementing it.
All right, thanks, Sam. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
great week.
Thank you.